Hello, everybody. TJ here with some PJ yoga. I don't have on PJs, but I have on almost as good as PJs. Very comfy clothing. That's why I like yoga clothing. Today's class is flexibility, if you read the little blurb about it. And flexibility is very important, especially as you get older. You should always try to remain flexible because if you're not flexible, you're not going to be able to bend over, tie your shoe, play with the grandkids, walk your dog. Well, you might be able to walk the dog, but you'll be stiff walking. Um, just flexibility is so important for your body and for your mental state. And flexibility is the ability to course correct without losing sight of the goal. So, what is your goal today? And let go of narrow-mindedness, stay open to the flow, and keep current with new information. So, not only is it has to do with your body being flexible, but your mind, your spirit. So think about that. I've been telling my classes this week, try something different. Go home a new way, um, walk a new way, past if you walk, I walk the dog. So maybe I'll take a different path or stop and look at something along the way. Just be flexible about what's happening. Maybe try a new recipe. I've tried actually two new recipes this week, listening to my own advice, and I like them. One of them was from a friend, Runza. I think it's a German dish. It was very good. And then, so think about being flexible with not only your body, but with your mind also. And then our focus, of course, is going to be full body gentle yoga stretches, which is helps to give yourself an energy boost. This is a class good for senior citizens, beginners, or even intermediate. If you're in the advanced stage, these may be too gentle for you. And more power to those advanced yogis out there. As a senior citizen now, I try to be a little bit more mindful of what I should and shouldn't do. And then I want you to think about when we're doing the yoga poses, if we're doing something that you're like, this really hurts, or I can't stay up that long, just come out of it. Don't do anything that hurts, of course. If it just makes you stretch a little, that's fine. But if it hurts, stop. You could bring a chair. A lot of the poses at the beginning could be done on the chair. I'm going to do them on the mat, but you could do them just easily in the chair. And of course, an eye mask and a bolster and a blanket for later on. If you want to join me for Shavasana, definitely the eye mask and the bolster. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to lay down on the mat. I left the dog's bed because he was sleeping. Now, of course, he's got up, but that's okay. You guys can see the dog's bed now, where he likes to be. So we're going to begin on our backs. Woohoo! I'm going to turn this way. In a restorative rest pose. I'm going to set my timer. I had it going. And then I paused it because I had to go do something. So, restorative rest pose is just on your back. Just lay here and kind of get your mind set for why you're going to practice a yoga session today. I appreciate you coming to try out the flexibility class. I really enjoyed it this whole week doing it with some classes I'm subbing for my friend. Yes, we're going to do yoga. I have to move out of the window. So, this is Tut. You haven't met him before, that's Tut. in our restorative rest pose. Knees up, feet hip width apart. Let's do a little bit of a breath work before we get started, just to get all of those extra thoughts out of our mind. So here we go. It will be a 4-count breath for just a couple of rounds, and it's breathing in the nose, hold, and exhale through the nose, hold, and then hold, and then inhale, hold, etc. So here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. That 4-count breath is also known as box breath and our Navy SEAL breath. It's one they use. It's better to repeat it more than just a couple of rounds, but we're just getting started. I just wanted you to get into the mood. So we're going to take our feet and walk them out hip width apart. We're going to do a few gentle warm-ups here, and then we're just going to make sure that your body is secured on the mat. And we're going to let the knees fall to the right, but keep your hips on the mat. The left hip will come up just a little bit, and then you can turn your head to the left. Inhale those knees up and exhale to the left, head to the right. You see how I'm still staying on the mat? Let's repeat this about 5 times on each side. Inhale up, exhale to the right, head left. Inhale up, exhale legs left, head right. Inhale up, exhale legs right, head left. Inhale up, exhale legs left, head right. I think I'm on 4. Inhale up, exhale legs right, head left. I'm holding it just a little bit deeper on our last one, just to feel that nice stretch in the back and also in the leg, especially the left leg that's bent over. Inhale up, exhale legs left, head to the right. You should feel that stretch through your quad on the right leg here, through the back, a little bit through the side. It's just a gentle stretch. Inhale up, walk the feet in. We're going to inhale both knees up to 90 degrees. Exhale as you pull them into the chest. And this is one where you can actually really pull the knees in. If normally doing yoga, you don't want to pull or push your body into any position, but this is a safe one. And just take a couple of breaths, doing a full internal massage on the abdominal area. Inhale up. Exhale. Pull knees in. We'll do about 5 of these. This is 2. Really just relax and breathe normally here. That's part of the internal massage when you're breathing in this pose. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, pull. I like to grab my hands so I can really pull my knees together or into the chest. Sometimes I like to kind of wiggle my ankles, rotate my feet a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale, pull knees to chest. Number 4. This is really good for digestion also. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, pull knees to chest. And then inhale up. Place both feet on the mat. I'm going to inhale the right leg up. And exhale it to your chest. We're doing one leg at a time now. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. 3. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. 4. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. 5. Inhale, knee up. Place the right foot down. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale to chest. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. Really squishing the abdominal cavity. A little massage. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. I think I'm on 4. I forgot to count. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to chest. Sometimes I get so into it, I forget to count myself. Inhale, knee up. Place the left leg back on the mat. We're going to inhale both feet up to the sky. Whew, my hamstrings are tight. We're going to point and flex. Point and flex. This is a nice gentle stretch through the hamstrings. You should not have to worry about overstretching if you're doing this without pulling on your legs. And if your legs look more like this, just make sure that your back is pressed into the mat. I'm kind of flexible so I can get mine up straight. If your knees are bent, lower the legs down because we want to have that stretch through the hamstrings and calf. If your knees are bent, you're not getting that stretch in. They may be very low to the mat or they may be up in the air like mine. We're just pointing and flexing. And breathing. Now we're going to rotate the ankles around in a circle. Oh, let's rotate the wrist too. Oh, forgot which direction I was going. Just rotating. Knees are straight. You should feel that through your shins also. Now reverse. Rotating the wrist. I have a lot of crackling going on. I've been up for a while, but I haven't rotated my hands. My feet are okay. Usually do that in the morning before I get up. Let's kind of wave our fingers. Get them going. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. If you're watching it on a TV, you probably can. If you're on a little phone, I don't know how you do it. And then let's exhale both feet back down to the mat. Do a nice inhale and take your heel and lightly press it into the mat and straighten the right leg out. Bring that foot back up. Exhale, again, pressing the heel to the mat, straightening that left foot out. We're doing a little piriformis stretch here. Inhale up, last one. Exhale, down. You should feel it in your hips. Inhale that back up. Exhale the left foot down, same thing. Heel stays close to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Little hip loosening. Inhale up. And exhale down. And doing a leg stretch. Inhale up. We're going to inhale both feet up and grab wherever you can grab for a baby pose. And while I'm in baby pose, I like to kind of stretch one leg up at a time. That way you're not pulling too tight on your legs. It's just a gentle stretch. As soon as you feel the stretch and it's like, oh, it registers, that's where you stop the stretch. You don't go any further. You don't want to tear a ligament or stretch it beyond where it needs to stretch. And you'll notice as you continue in the class, you'll probably be warmed up. The muscles will be warmed up and you'll be able to stretch even further. Make sure that you've done equal stretches on that leg if you chose to do that. And now we're just going to take and roll all the way over and up. If you're not this flexible, you can hold down here wherever you need to have your legs, and you can still do the full body roll. This gives a nice gentle massage to the back. It's usually things I do when I'm cooling down, but we're starting out because this is a gentle flow stretch class. And you can do these at any point while you're doing yoga, really. It kind of feels good at the beginning because then I'm getting all the muscles nice and straight, stretched. Now take and bring your legs to a wide V for a nice inner groin stretch. If you want to, you can take your hands and just place them on your legs. Do not push the legs, just the little bit of weight that the hands offer gives you a little bit more of a steady stretch. I really feel it through that inner groin. I'm just going to breathe through a few breaths here. Oh, it feels so good. Whew. Now, take your hands and place them on the outside of your leg and help to push your legs up. Place the feet back down on the mat. Lower the left leg. You're going to inhale the right leg up, and it can stay at a 90-degree angle if you want, or you can bring it straight. I'm going to keep mine at 90. We're going to inhale, and we're going to exhale, twisting the whole body over. And you see that my whole hip area has come up off the mat, even part of my back. I'm trying to keep my shoulder down. It's barely touching. And then I'm going to look to the right for a side twist, a supine side twist. Just kind of stretching that spine out, waking it up. Inhale that leg back up. Place the foot on the mat and stretch that leg straight out. Inhale the left foot up. And get acclimated here. Do a nice inhale. And exhale, let that fall over to the right as you're gazing to the left. And you can see my foot is not touching the ground. I'm not trying to press it down there because I'm a little tight. I haven't done a spinal twist today yet, so I don't want to overextend. Now, after we do this class, I'll probably be able to get the foot all the way down because that's what usually happens. So just be mindful of your flexibility at whatever point you are in the day. Inhale that foot back up and exhale the left leg down. Inhale the right leg up and exhale over to the left. Here I have the dog bed I can rest my foot on. If you have a bolster or a blanket, you want to put it where your foot's going to touch, that can also offer a nice alternative, stabilize you a little bit. This bed's really soft. That's why he likes it, I guess. He loves this bed. Inhale that right foot up. Place the heel on the mat and stretch the right leg all the way down. Inhale the left leg up. And exhale over to the right, looking to the left. See, my foot's now, I can feel the floor with my toe. So I am getting a little bit more limber. Like I said, each time you do this, we're going to do it one more time. I like to do clusters of 3 is my favorite, depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes in a warm-up, I might do 5. Inhale the left leg up. Place that heel on the mat and stretch it out. Last one. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale it to the left as you look to the right. Oh, and now my foot is touching the floor on this side. It's underneath the cushion this time. It's like magic. It's like when you warm up, your body just starts becoming more fluid and flowing and flexible. And inhale the right leg up. Place the heel on the mat and stretch it straight out. Last time for the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Look to the left. Now I've got actually part of my foot, not just my toe, on the floor. This side is a little tighter than the other side still, but we're getting there. Inhale the left foot up, place the heel on the floor and stretch it out. Inhale the arms overhead and stretch a full body stretch. Ooh, that felt good. And then exhale the arms back down to the side. Inhale the knees up. Keep the arms by the side. They can be palm up or palm down, yogi's choice. And we're going to go into a bridge. Inhale up. Nice, steady, stretching yoga flow. And we're just going to stay up here for a few seconds. Just letting everything kind of acclimate. Make sure that the weight is on your shoulders, not on your head or neck. And if you want, you can take and do a little gentle massage on this abdominal cavity, going in a clockwise direction, because this pose is also very good for your colon, your digestion, and if you had a little tummy massage, work out any kinks in the digestive system, and it feels really nice. And if I'm staying up too long, just remember you could come down. Not everyone can stay up as long. I'm going to bring my hands to stillness, put them back on the mat, and roll down slowly. We're going to do 2 more. But on our next one, if you can do it, we're going to raise one leg up. And you see how my knees are even? Keep the knees even. Don't have one leg way up here or way down here. Raise it up so that the knees are even. Here we go. It's called one-legged bridge. Inhale up. Start putting the weight on your left foot and raise up the right. See, my knees are even. This is also a good one for the QL, sciatica. You should really feel that left glute tightening, so it's a good strengthening for your glute and your legs. Just a couple of more seconds here. We won't hold it as long as the other one. And inhale the right leg down and exhale all the way down. Here we go for our last one. And this will be with the left leg up. Inhale up. Exhale, left leg up. Knees are even. And just hold it for a few rounds of breath. Just breathe normally. Should feel really good. Really feel that right glute tightening. I do. It's really tightening. If you want, you can tighten your abs. And then exhale the right leg down and the rest of your body down. That should have felt very good. Now we're going to take our feet, plant our soles together, the soles of your feet together. We're going to have a reclined Baddha Konasana. So I'm going to just let my legs stretch out. And our butterfly pose, we will call it butterfly pose. We can flutter our wings if you want, but I'm going to let it just slowly stretch. And I'm going to inhale my hands up and down onto my thigh. I'm not pushing. I'm just resting them there, which gives a little bit more weight and gives a little more gentle stretch. Do not push your legs apart or down. It's just kind of like I'm just resting it there. And I definitely feel a little more of a stretch when I do that. This is a great hip opener. Now we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale them to the outside of our legs. And our hands are going to give a little nudge to raise the legs up so they have a little support. That should have felt good. I'm going to inhale both feet up and have a Baddha Konasana this way. And I'm going to bring my arms underneath my calves, if you can do that, and just kind of rest them. This gives my legs support. It's not as deep of a stretch, but it's a little bit different angle for the hips, the hip openers. Inhale, bring the arms out and let the legs fall back together down on the mat. We're going to do one more Baddha Konasana with the knees just falling out naturally. So inhale and exhale as you let the knees fall out, and you bring the hands on top of the inner thigh, and the soles of the feet are glued together. They should be together. Your legs may look like this, and you may be getting a great stretch, and that's perfectly fine. The point of doing yoga is to be consistent with it. And if you are consistent, I would say at least 4 to 5 days a week, you will begin to become more flexible as time goes on. As the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, flexibility, if you are stiff, takes a little while to stretch out. Inhale and exhale the arms to the outside of the thighs, helping them to come up. That should feel good. Now keep the feet hip width apart, and we're just going to let the knees fall side to side into a tight windshield wipe, which gives a little bit more of a kind of a back massage. I'm not trying to even get my knees down to the floor because that brings the hips up too high. I'm just doing a little bit of a roll side to side, and then bring that to stillness. And that's as far as I remember. I have to check my notes. I think I know what's coming next, but I don't want to miss anything and then make us go back down. Oh, I did. I missed something. I wanted to do a supine pigeon pose. So here we go. Bring the knees up to the mat. I mean, the knees. The feet to the mat. The knees are facing upwards to the ceiling. Inhale the right leg up and cross it over the left thigh at the ankle so that you can kind of take the knee and make a nice square if you're flexible enough for that. We're going to inhale the left leg up as we pull our arms through the hole in the center. And my right elbow is resting on the inner thigh. Actually, the side of the thigh. I guess that's inner thigh, yeah. And it gives that leg support so that it stays open a little wider, and I feel it right through that right glute. That's my sore spot. I have trouble with it. On the left side, I won't feel it much, but this is a great glute stretch. So this is a go-to pose for sciatica. Be very gentle if you have sciatica. It's a great pose for that QL muscle, the quadratus lumboris. It's easier to say QL. It's also a good piriformis stretch. And then as you exhale, let the left foot come to the mat. Uncross the leg. Inhale the left leg up. Cross it over the left. Inhale the right leg up. Again, my left elbow is resting on the left leg. And I feel a stretch here, but nothing like on the other side, which is very tight through that glute because I don't know if I must have damaged it at some point, probably. So it's a sore spot in my behind all the time. I have a pain in my buttocks for real. We're just holding it and breathing, letting that whole area kind of gently stretch out. On your next exhale, bring the right foot down, uncross your leg. Okay, now we're going to come up into an easy pose. And again, all of those exercises, or most of them, could have been done in a chair. Now for easy pose, I like to have a blanket to sit on, just because I am older now. I need more comfort. I'm not as flexible as I was 40 years ago. This is sitting Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. This is one of the first poses I learned when I started doing yoga, and it was always one of my favorites. Let's just do one here while we're here. It's not in the book, so to speak, but it's a great one since we did it sitting down, and you just sit with your soles of your feet together and you can grab your ankles. You may look like this. Your butterfly may be just starting to dry its wings and come out, or you may be able to get it down. I used to be able to get it all the way down to the floor. Can't do that now. I could if I really press it, but I'm going to press it like that. Still can't get all the way down, but pretty close. Not too bad for someone almost 70 here. 6 months away. Woo! And then inhale the butterfly wings up. Exhale them down. Really stretch. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down for the last one. And then just come into your easy pose, which is what we were heading for. That's what's good about yoga. Sometimes something else will come in your mind about what might be good to do, so I just do it. We're going to inhale our arms up. We're going to exhale into a forward fold with the fingertips coming down to the mat, our floor. And the reason why we're going to have our fingertips instead of just stretched out, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this from the side. So this is the learning pose, and then we'll do it together. I'll scoot back so I can stay on the mat. It's better if I'm on the mat. And if you're at home, you should be at the back part of your mat with the long side in front of you, or the short side in front of you, so that you can stretch out forward. So we're going to inhale the arms up, just watch, and come down with our fingertips. And if you see how my back is rounded, normally I say just bend, keep the back straight. But for this particular variation of forward fold, we're going to have a rounded back. And there's a reason for it. And you'll see what it is. So let's inhale up, exhale over, fingertips on the mat. And then I want you to really press the fingertips into the mat. Keep your head in line with your spine. And I'm really pulling so that you feel that stretching and strengthening through the whole underside of the arm, going up through the triceps, the top of the arms, going up through the biceps. If you're really trying to pull yourself forward, rounding that back, pulling in your gut, your Uddiyana bandhas, then release. Inhale, exhale, and really pull like you're trying to pull your whole body forward. That will give you that nice stretch. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, exhale, and pull. Pull in that stomach, your tummy. We're making tiny tummies. Strong arms. And release. And inhale up all the way. You should have really felt that through the entire arm. The back of the arm, top of the arm, through the fingertips. That was a good strengthening for your fingertips, you know, so you don't drop jars, and you can open lids, although I have a really cool lid opener. And then I got at Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm so sad they went out of business. I found my best gadgets there, and I don't know where I'll go for that stuff now. Okay, this time we're going to inhale up, and we're going to keep a flat back. So this is as far as I go with my flat back. And then we're going to inhale and exhale, bring the right arm to the right. The left arm follows into we're doing a variation of a child's pose with a stretch. It's an easy pose with a stretch to the side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left arm to the left, right hand follows. You should really feel that through the hips as you're twisting over here. It's just a gentle, I'm not trying to get my head on the mat or anything like that. I'm just stretching my low back. Inhale to the center. And inhale all the way up. Woo. Now switch legs. We're going to repeat the second part of that stretch. We're not going to do the first part with the fingertips. We're just doing the second part. So inhale up, bend over, flat back as far as you can. We go a little further with this leg in front. At least in the center. When I get to the left side, I won't be able to. Inhale and exhale, right hand to the right, left hand follows. And see how I'm just laying down here. Inhale, center. Exhale, left hand to the left. Right hand follows. Really a nice, gentle stretch. And just holding it for a couple of breaths, a few seconds. Inhale, center, and exhale. As you come up all the way, we're going to do a couple of shoulder shrugs back. 1, we'll do 5, 2, 3, should feel good, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do some shoulder shrugs, shoulders to ears. And we will release that with a nice ah. Here we go. Inhale up, shoulders to ears, release. Just let the weight of the world fall off of your shoulders here. Inhale up, really shrug them, tighten, 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 and release. I love doing that. Inhale up, tighten, tighten, really get them up high, 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 like a turtle. Your head's going in the shell, and now the turtle head's coming out. Oh, it feels good. I have a hard time in live classes. Some classes like to be noisy, and other ones are kind of like, oh. So at home, do your loudest. And let that energy flow out that's been stagnant in there, and then you can inhale all that nice fresh energy in. So here we go. I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, chin pointed down to the chest, but not all the way, because I don't want you to overstretch your neck. So the chin is going to just, like you're gazing down, I'm actually looking at the edge of my mat. So if your mat is about a foot away from the edge, that's a good place to go to, because it's not too far down. And we're just going to inhale and exhale and gently turn the head to the right. So the chin is now pointing towards the shoulder. Inhale and exhale through the center to the left. Inhale and exhale through the center to the right. Just like a tick-tock clock or pendulum. Inhale, exhale through center to the left. And we'll do one more. And I have a lot of tightness on that right side. Inhale and exhale through the center to the right. Left side's not so bad. Just holding it here for a second or two. Letting those muscles stretch gently. Nice inhale and exhale through the center to the left on that tight side. Must have slept a little crooked last night. Inhale and exhale to the center, and then bring the head up. We're going to take our hands and place them in the back of our neck and do a little massage, since we did that little twist. And I feel like I need to work that knot out a little more. I'm just going to gently massage and maybe rotate my neck around as I press my fingertips into the back. That feels really good. Now, I mentioned that this class is a good energy booster, and any kind of stretching actually does do a good energy boost. But if you are a person that has to work in an office and you have to sit a lot, or maybe you've been driving for a while, you can do this quick thing, and it doesn't look, you don't have to do a whole yoga session to get a little energy burst and kind of revive yourself, is by doing this little gentle neck massage. And you can do that kind of indiscreet, like, oh, my back itches. No, and I'm really massaging that neck. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. I used to do this when I worked and had to sit, and I'd be like tired. I could do this and really, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just going along the side of the neck bones and then into a little bit of my shoulder here. It's amazing what just this little thing for just even a minute can give you that quick energy burst and wake you up. Gets all the blood flowing up there. And then, of course, let's add a little bit of tapping to our head for that fresh blood flow for the energy. So I'm just taking my fingertips and lightly tapping my skull. I love tapping. Tapping is such a good thing. If I do one day, maybe this next class, I'll do a whole body tapping for us. I think I will. I've been trying to think of what I wanted to do next. And I'm just going over, making sure I'm getting all parts of my head. Around the ears, around the jawline. If you have TMJ, this is a great thing to do around the jawline. And around the cheekbones. And this is also a great way to stimulate collagen growth in your face, to plump it out without injections. I would never do that. Just really gently massage it. My daughter gave me this. It's a roller with a quartz crystal that's shaped into, it looks like a little roller. There's a kind of a longer end and then a short end, and you can roll that on your face also for collagen stimulation, because it stimulates all of those little growth cells right underneath the skin. This will help too. But I love that roller because it feels cool on your face, and I can do that. Anyway, you got it on Amazon. It's an awesome little tool for a little mini facial. And now, yes, that's what I thought. We're going to come into our tabletop gentle flow, which it's going to be we're going to do tabletop, floating tabletop, down dog, plank, back up to tabletop, floating tabletop. We're going to repeat that a couple of times. So you can watch and see what it is as I go through it once, or you can just come with me if you're familiar with those particular poses. So I'm going to start here in tabletop. So my wrists are underneath my shoulders. My knees are under my hips, and I'm in a nice tabletop. And we're just going to, first of all, do a few wiggles here. If you have wrist troubles, if you take and press those fingertips into the mat, it will take a lot of pressure, about 60% of the pressure off of the wrist. So let's look to the right and shoot our side of our booty to the right in a nice little tabletop C curve. And then go through center to the left. We're just doing a little wake up side stretch to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, left. One more. Oh, good. My back made a little adjustment on that tight spot. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. And then one last time to the left. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Feels so good. And then inhale, center. Now look and see where your hands are, and take the bottom part of your palm and place them about an inch from where your fingertip came for our floating table. So your hands are spread out. We're going to curl our toes under, or if you can lift up with them straight, you can try it either way. Usually I'll curl my toes under. I think I'll try it straight this time, and just to give a little strengthening to the top of my foot there. So inhale and exhale up into floating tabletop. And then come down. Now you are going to have to curl your T's. That's not going to work for my sequence here. But anyway, I tried it. So inhale up, floating tabletop. Exhale into down dog. Couple of inhales here. If you want, you can walk that dog out. This is our first downward facing dog of the day. So I'm just going to walk it out a little bit. And then I'm going to inhale and exhale over into plank. Ooh, a nice plank. Make sure that you're holding yourself up. Inhale, downward dog. Release. Try to stretch the tailbone to the ceiling. Or if you're outside, to the sky. Exhale into floating tabletop. Your wrists are probably getting tired now. So we're going to inhale, come down into tabletop, exhale into child's pose, and your hand should be at just the right spot for that nice forward stretching child's pose. And then if you want, you can bring them back behind you and do some wrist rotations to relieve some of that pressure, because you're going to repeat that sequence one more time. Maybe shake your wrist out. Stretch your arms back out so they'll be on the right position. Inhale up. Curl your toes into floating tabletop. Inhale into down dog. Couple of breaths here. And exhale to plank. It's a very simple little flow. And if you got your hands on the right position, you should be able to flow from one to the other. Inhale into down dog. Exhale into floating table. It's just bending the knees. Knees are off the mat, maybe 2 inches. Inhale and exhale, knees down. And booty back into your child's pose. And just rest here for a moment. And I'm going to inhale up into a hero's pose. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can stay up in a standing pose like this. And I'm rotating my wrist. We've got one more sequence, and then we will get ready for Shavasana. And shake my wrist out. So we're gonna have some more wrist work here, but it won't be very long. So wrist back, or hands back down on the mat. Curl your toes under. Come into a down dog. Lift the right leg up, all the way up to the ceiling. Point and flex. Let the knee bend so the foot flops over towards the left side of your buttocks. Probably won't reach there, mine doesn't. And we're going to do a couple of knee circles, just to open those hips up really good. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. Really press those fingertips in to get the weight off of your wrist. 2, 3, and then inhale the right foot up in between the hands, which I have to do a little help. Keep your right hand on the mat. Press your legs up into a high lunge, but we're going to keep our hand down, our right hand down, because we're going to do a side twist, a gentle side twist. So we're going to inhale the left hand up. Try to keep your back straight. And then exhale that down. Inhale up all the way. Whew. We're in like a warrior one position. So you can bend that knee down a little bit more. And really stretch out into your warrior one. Building some strength in that leg. Stretching the other leg out. And then inhale, leg straight. And inhale the left leg to meet the right. Now we're standing. We're upright. Shake your legs out. Shake your arms out. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so I can do the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And this is the one where I say hinge at the hip, back is straight. If you're doing this, you're not getting the stretch that you need to be. Hips are over ankles. If you got the hips back here, you're not stretching your hamstrings as much either. So it's all important of keeping the correct form when you're doing a yoga pose. So here we are. Forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale all the way up. Do that one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Really stretch. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, bending the knees all the way up. Inhale, exhale down. This time walk your hands forward into down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Really all the way up. Point and flex. And maybe a couple of ankle rotations. And let the foot flop over to the right side. And knee rotations. 3, 2, 1. And reverse. We're just leading with the knee, really opening up that hip flexor. 2, 3, and bring the left leg in between the hands. If you have to help like I do, that's perfectly acceptable. My knee is bent on my left side. My right leg is straight. I'm going to inhale my right arm up into a side twist. Should feel really good. You see, I've got my arms straight up. My back is straight. I'm not hunching this way. I'm trying to get up. If you can't twist from here, you can come up and twist from the elbow on the leg. I should have showed that last time. Or maybe your twist just goes to here, and that's fine too. Exhale that hand down. Inhale up, keeping the left knee bent into your warrior one. Inhale the arms up. Really stretching. I'm lowering down a little bit more just to get that good stretch through my quad. And then I'm going to inhale the right leg to meet the left. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feels good. Okay, now we're going to come into our wide-legged Tadasana. We're going to go down to a squat. Remember how you can get into it. You can't leave a gentle flow stretch class without a squat. If you cannot do a squat, just sit in easy pose. I do feel really wide awake after all that. And then inhale the arms down, come down to your knees, and come back into an easy, a restorative pose. I think we did everything. Yes. Got everything on there and a few extras, so that's good. So in our restorative rest pose, try to make sure maybe you have all of your Shavasana stuff together. So we'll go right into Shavasana after we do a couple of stretches and a banana asana pose. So I'm going to lower my legs, inhale my arms overhead, point my toes, and come to a full body stretch. And then I'm going to come into a bird dog, right hand, left foot, stretching opposite, left hand, right foot. It's kind of like you're climbing a ladder. Bird dog, pointing, you know how they point with their foot and their head. And just do about 3 on each side. Bring that to stillness. Inhale the knees up. Move the hips to the right a couple of inches. Straighten the legs. Left leg comes to the left. Right leg follows. Torso to the left into banana asana. And I'm getting a nice stretch through this side. Whew, it's so tight. On your next exhale, come back to center, releasing the legs and the arms. Inhale the feet up to the mat. And center your body completely, lowering the legs into a nice full body stretch. I like to take that break just to get your body centered back in a straight line so that when we go to the other side, you're not overcompensating for trying to come out of one side to the other. Inhale the feet up, lift the hips up, take them over about 2 inches to the left, straighten the legs, right foot to the right, left foot follows. If it can go on top of the right ankle, it can. Torso to the right. If it can't, just keep it as close as possible to your other foot. For a reclined crescent pose or our favorite banana asana. This is one of the best exercises for any kind of sciatic pain, lower back. If you've done any kind of a little back bend, we didn't do too much of that today. You should always end with the crescent pose. Ooh. And then on your next exhale, release the feet. Bring the torso back, lift the knees up, center yourself, and get ready for Shavasana. I'm going to get my bolster. I got to have my bolster under my knees. That's why I always put on there, bring a bolster to class. And I'll have to reset this. I will take you through a set of 4-count breathing and then just relax. If you want to do Shavasana with me. If not, just if you did this before bed, go ahead, relax, and maybe just go to sleep. But I like it when you stay for Shavasana with me. I forgot to get my thing out. So here we go for 4-count breathing. And it's going to be off of the nose, hold, like we did earlier when we started. And we'll do it for a round of 3 times this time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. taking any last minute wiggles or stretches or deep breaths or hand and foot rotations. And then when you feel ready, roll over onto one of your sides and coming into a fetal position and staying there for a couple of rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, take your top arm and push yourself up slowly, head coming up last. And I want to thank everyone for showing up and participating in class this week. I hope that you feel taller, stretched out. I feel taller. I really think that doing yoga keeps your spine straight, and because I want to have good posture as I go through the rest of my life. I don't want to be like hunched over. So I want to try to keep that. I understand if you have osteoporosis that you might not be able to prevent that from happening, but if you don't want it to be just because your spine is lazy. So the final quote is, flexibility isn't showing off how far your leg can stretch. It's showing off how far your perseverance can stretch. And that's from a person, Chain VDW. Here's a picture. So just think about that. It's not how far that you're stretching or being flexible. It's how far your perseverance can stretch. So think about that. Let's rub our hands together, bringing warmth, joy, love, and today's mindset word, flexibility, into our heart center, pressing that in there. I bow and honor the light in you and ask that you honor the light in others. Namaste. And like I said last week, I came to the end of my words that I draw. So I'm going to shuffle them up a little bit. One fell on the floor. I don't know how good I shuffled them. I can't remember. And I'm just going to pick one here on top. And delight. So that will be our word for the class next week. And like I said, I think I'm going to try and go for the a little tapping session on the whole body. So that will go really well with that word delight. And I don't know if I ever showed, but this is the book where I get the words from. And then inside it has like what the words are, the meaning of them, which is kind of good. I like doing that as a little mindset for my thoughts. It actually changes the way I perceive things many, many times, and makes me try something new. Like I've done 2 new recipes because I was trying to be flexible with something. So ta-ta for now. I will see you again in a week or so. Bye. Have a great day, week, month.